But I was really surprised at the power that came out from there, so I bet that's a big part of why they ended up switching this to the old door. So kind of cool to see them adjusting as they've played some other people. I'm excited to see how this goes. So they were able to bait it. Wow, look at that. He backs up so he hits the other leap right onto that Pearl. So Pearl eats 2 leaps. The snipe going to go in between, just barely missing. There's the end cap. Going to wait on the counter. There's the stun, and I'm sure some big damage. The E not coming out in time as Uldur was putting a bit of pressure there onto the Jade. So not a big deal. There's the end cap. Here comes the stun, I'm sure, pretty soon. There it is, and there it was. That E combo putting so much damage onto Pearl. And now Uldur jumps right in. I thought he was going to petrify, but he ends up... Oh, there's the ultimate coming out! Big damage there onto the Uldur. The snipe coming out. Here's the ultimate onto the stun. Going to hit one player. Not able to hit both. There's the ultimate from Pearl. Pearl going to have him. Healing up just a little bit. Uldur taken down quite a bit low. A fight here for the middle. Steps in front and steals it with the snipe and turns around. Oh, no! It looks like the red team got that still. So red team going to heal up. He ended up not using the snipe. I think he wanted to save the snipe, but not able to get it. So there's the in-cap setup. Here comes the stun. A couple M1s coming out. Sands of Time doing a lot of damage. There's the E to get the final blow onto Pearl. And Jade going to leap away. So this has been a very back and forth. The in-cap just missing. Here comes the Sands of Time, the E. And he caught the snipe, but just missed it barely. So really good start. Vlad said no charge. I actually didn't look. Yeah, no dive charge. And this was, there was a what do you call it? A Reddit post talking about when you see people who don't get these, what are surprise you. Dive was one of them for me. I think dive is an always must pick on Pearl. So decided to get the double heal. Maybe he was afraid though that the pressure out here from the Uldur Croak combo would be too much. And yeah, maybe that's just what it was. I don't know. So disabling shot though reloads revolver with 12 ammo. That's a pretty different one too. Usually you see the, I can't remember what it's called, but where you get the immune frames from the stealth. So 2 very different pickups. But actually they seem to do pretty good here against this combo. So let's see what they got here. The increased duration, the lesser bubble. We got the renew effect and the blade flurry strikes after the leap doing more damage. So I don't like that one because I'm really bad at hitting the leap strike. The frog leap, so well, I'm sure Wuzak has no problem hitting the frog leaps with Croak, as we've already seen. Just barely missing that one though, comes in and again just barely missing, but putting high pressure onto the Jade though with that Battlerite he got. There's the in cap trying to go around the corner, does get the stun. The M1 is out. The E not going to hit though from Uldur. The counter coming out, the silence was there, not going to trigger the counter. There's the in cap, stun coming out very soon. Oh, hits him with the snipe. He caught the snipe and re-threw that into his face. That was huge damage onto the Jade. That was pretty slick. The E hitting both. There's the in cap, stun coming out very soon, and using the bubble barrier actually to protect him. So not going to be able to get the kill onto Jade. Jade's falling back. The blind is on. The counter hits though, so going to heal Pearl back up a little bit. The snipe just going to miss, or not the snipe, but the EX black just missing. I don't know what skill it was. The ultimate coming out from Jade, and Jade almost has the kill here onto the Croak. Will she be able to get it? The deceit coming out. There is the in-cap stun combo, so we'll be able to track down that Jade. I thought Jade might have got out of there. Oh, Lumbus says that you don't have to hit the leap for the extra damage. I didn't realize that, so that's nice. So you only have to hit the leap for the heal one, right? Which is this jungle toad, so maybe you just only have to hit for that one. Really good for orb control. That is true because you attack so fast, you get the 2 extra damage. So you do what? 20 damage almost immediately, right? I think it's almost immediately. So Winghaven says, no immaterial Jade. I don't need that. And he kind of makes a trolley face. Yeah, so a little bit of slightly different pickups here. So Trickery means that the Noxious Lunge is going to make his camouflage up faster, which that makes sense because they've been really trying to get that set up. Good snipe though onto Uldur. Uldur now wasting his Q. They gotta pressure him, but the stun coming out, a lot of damage coming out onto Jade. But that was their opportunity. Uldur didn't have his Q, and they had already put some big damage in there. The EXM1 came out onto Gruz, playing the Jade. Jade taking a bit of damage, getting chased down. Here comes the in-cap. The in-cap into the stun. There's the E. Big damage. Good job. And then he spaces in. And Jade taken out almost immediately here. The EXQ coming out there from X Black. There again is the setup. In cap into the E. And man, they just DPS. And actually, he used his Toxin Blades there to do a bit more damage to kill him before the ultimate coming out from Pearl. Man, they are taking them out quick here. That is huge damage from the Uldur. I love that setup. That setup is so strong. I wonder if that would work in threes. That'd be really interesting to see. Okay, so meditate, or I'm sorry, inspiration. Why do I always call that meditate? I don't know why. I call this one meditate a lot. And then tasty fish coming out. So gonna get a little bit extra healing on the board. No surprise that Slayer coming out here, and no surprise that dehydration coming out to get that 10% damage and heal coming out. Or it's like a debuff kind of. The person with it receives less healing and does less damage. So it's a pretty good pickup. Timebender going to pick it up and hits the snipe onto Pearl. Pearl taking quite a bit of pressure, trying to use her bubble to get out of the way. As Jade putting in pressure on Uldur. Uldur going to leap over him. Jade taking quite a bit of pressure. The Frog Leap hits. You got a lot of pressure now coming out. The EXQ though going to push it away. The red team's going to be able to pick it up. This is a big pickup here for the red team. The in cap coming out. I'm sure the stun. There's the E and might have pushed him out of that. I don't know if that hit or not. Going to have to use the Frog Leap to get out. The ultimate coming out from Jade. Not going to hit. Here comes the in cap. There it is. The E coming out. Hitting both players. So huge damage coming out onto the red team here from the X-Black Wuzak combo. Croak and Uldur. There's the Frog Leap. Here comes the Deceit again. Not going to be able to hit. Gets the blind onto Jade. Jade going to fall way back. Huge middle control here. Snipe coming out for a little bit of protection. But Jade back in the corner. Wuzak doing some pirouettes as he enters in with the Noxious Lunge and going to get the kill. Good job there. Vlad said Pearl Furl Energy. No shield, no EX bubble. No charge. Yeah, it's a really unfortunate. That's a really good pickup there, Vlad. I didn't even realize that. Maybe if he was able to use the EX bubble, could push Croak away and maybe be able to save Jade a little bit. And that dive would help a lot too, being able to silence and push back. So yeah, I think that's an unfortunate pickup. I think we're seeing that pickup bringing in a lot of undesired outcomes here. So really unfortunate here, but fortunate for the blue team as Pearl a little bit, not out of position, but just a little bit away from Jade. Jade taking a lot of pressure, taking down very low, almost 2 health, and back up to 30. So has a little bit of breathing room now. And I thought she was going to go for those green orbs. She's kind of going over there, is able to pick them up. There's the stun. The M2 just going to miss. Actually, it might have hit the EXM1 there from Uldur. So taken down very low again. Going to use the snipe, just barely missing. Here comes the ultimate. The ult does hit, but Jade taken out during that time, not able to get to the health caused from the ultimate of Pearl. And Pearl going to be the Lone Ranger here, unfortunately. There's the in cap. There's the stun. The Petrify coming out, and big damage now followed up. So kind of interesting. I'm surprised that they used the Petrify. I thought that they would end up using the M1 EXM1 combo. But there's that big damage. The E going to hit through the counter regardless. And Pearl, unfortunately, friend, this is going to be a really tough comeback. Is those EXM1s. There's the in cap. There's the Sands of Time. And X-Black. Wuzak taking it 5 straight rounds, and again, Gruz and Hicks, nothing to be ashamed of. These are top players here in Battlerite. But I would say the consensus